my name is Notepad and on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working more on Emo-Klore, a game of emotional folklore. I was going to do this just by myself tonight a little bit, and then I kind of dawned on me a little bit that there isn't actually much left to do. I guess I just didn't quite register it the other night. So yeah, there isn't actually that much left to do of what I would like to call the hard part. So I'm just going to see how far I can get tonight, and that's kind of going to be my goal. Yep. That's it. That's love. That's love. I really wish that I could say that there was going to be something more fun and exciting, but there really isn't. It's just me. I'm just going to be translating things. Well, I'm going to be doing the me translation. One feels the presence of an oddity, supernatural phenomenon. Motion. One's emotion, soul, or road of being drawn influence is called resonance. In the Emo-Klore. TRPG. Yeah, we got some traditional folk music from the Russians here tonight. You may be wondering, why are we listening to traditional Russian folk music? Is your folklore very emotional, Notepad? Of course it is. Of course, it's the most emotional folklore. This is to give you everyone an idea. This is a romantic Pozowi mnie sosowi. The Tatiana Senzia cover. It's great. I don't know why everybody wants to do terrible things to my body. However, I am not available. Sorry everybody. This Notepad isn't available. Sorry, boys. And so yeah, that's the best part about all this. It's where you're gonna say random shit on the internet and no one gives a fuck. It's awesome. Especially that it's this late at night where I am just completely fucking blasted tired. And I can barely tell where the hell I am, but it's like, yeah, we gaming. We gaming, brothers. Hello, brothers. This is gonna be infinite resonance, by the way. Infinite resonance skills. Infinite resonance skill. Put that right there. The resonance is a skill that indicates the degree influenced. Resonator's degree is influenced by the oddity. The level of the skill gradually increases over the course of the session. If the more the more the resonator is affected by the oddity, the more level of infinite resonance skill the skill will gradually increase. So this is your sanity. So if I'm looking at this correctly, this is actually your sanity in more than a few ways. Rather than having like a traditional this is your crazy meter, whatever. This is your quote sanity. If this probably ever hits a certain point, you're just fucked and you just lose. That would be my guess anyway. You're being very lame right now. You sound dead. You're being very lame right now. It's 9 p.m. Yes, I woke up very late last night. Very I should say very early this morning, and I am tired, and I want to kind of like just rest right now, but I'm like, nah. I said I was going to stream, so I'm going to stream. So here we are. If you got any fun and exciting comments that you would like to do some funky chatting with, I mean, I'm available. Hello, I'm here. Do some funky conversations with the whole crew. Yeah, cool. Infinite resonance. Beginning of the session, the level of resonance is 1. Survive the session. Next participants in another session, the level of resonance will return to the initial. That's all that is saying. And oh god, like this. Let's go to the source page. See, this is the funny thing about this is like I'm actually a very quiet person, all things considered. Back to you. Footnotes. Insert footnotes. Put you there. We put it. If at this stage creating a resonator, you spent a skill point to obtain at least 2 levels. And if at this stage of creating a resonator, you spent a skill point to obtain at least 2 levels, that number will be value. I'm being very cash money to everybody. Apologies. I got funky chat, the N word. Thoughts on Dharma Wheel Battle Map Autism? I started do or do not, or be less autistic. What you're proposing? See, for those needing context, this is the Dharma Wheel. This is the idea of Dharma. This is the Wheel of Dharma. You kind of see this, various different points in it. Personally, there we go. Oh, goodness gracious me. Sleepy. Personally, I think you're overthinking of this. You're overthinking it a little bit. Which, generally speaking, you shouldn't be overthinking things. Keep it simple. I know what you're doing. That's the best part. I know what you're looking to do. But there's also yeah, right view, right intentions, right speech, right right action, right livelihood, right effort, right concentration, and right mindfulness all form the wheel to achieve Dharma. Because what are you actually trying to do here? You just want a big battle map? A big abstracted battle map? There's a few ways you can probably handle that. I would say, again, keep it simple. If you want to do something similar, there's probably something you can kind of work with. Look at a Japanese battle map, Japanese RPG battle maps. You might be able to find something in there. Or just say fucking and just not include one. I look at everyone in Legend of the Hero is so retarded that people with any ounce of sense are treated as supernatural. Hello, Zay707. How are you? Welcome aboard. This isn't my normal Poggerino self. I'm just kind of I am, as what they would like to say, kind of just vibing right now. Listening to Russian Doomer music, because that's what I like to listen to in my free time. You want to keep the idea of like a, let's see, a battle map that can extend to like a lot of different places at once. Campaign scenario, okay, some of the keep 3. Should be heading for / just so we know that it's heading for Resonances. Resonance. Keeps trying to think I'm saying Rosinante, but I'm really not. I swear I'm not making an Expanse reference. Yet. I need to watch the other seasons of The Expanse. I do enjoy that show. I'm good, how are you? I am doing good. Oh, good. Vibing to let me get it right. Emotional folklore. Love your VTuber model. Looks so interesting. That is actually the very first time anyone who has ever commented on this one. This one isn't too fancy. I just did as I usually do and tore the head off of Yoshikage Kira and decided to wear his body as my own, as that's what we do when we DUWANG. We actually have a graduated VTuber in the corner there as well. I can never pronounce her name. She was Donut Dragon. She belonged to Atelier. The reason she's in the corner there is she was actually the first one to run a session of this in English that I know of. Which I thought was actually somewhat fascinating, and she will get mentioned in the video when it gets made. Mostly, I actually had to rewatch that moment when I was going through, and I kind of realized, wait a second, she's graduated. When it was like, this is the only person who might have an English translation, and she's just gone. It was very sad. So she's in the corner now for this. What is graduation? Graduation, in words of one syllable, is when a VTuber stops being a VTuber. They graduate. Usually it's the ending of their quote storyline, end quote. They never want to make it out to be like, hey, you're just quitting, or hey, you're kicking you out. They try to make it like oh, we've had such a great time together, everybody, but I gotta go. I'm being called back to the underworld, or I'm gotta fulfill my destiny as a magical girl, or whatever the fuck. She went away about 1.5 years ago now at this point, about 2 years, almost coming on 2 years. Yeah, she graduated, and I don't know really what happened. What was Rusia's graduation excuse in lore? Rusia's graduation excuse was Hololive canned her ass because she leaked confidential information when she was having a Menhera event. That sometimes I don't believe she even had a graduation stream. I think she graduated, and we just never talked about it anymore. She just went away. Yeah, it's when you graduate, it's more of a formal. It's more like going down on your own terms. Usually it's health stuff. Usually it's, hey, it's like my time is over. Yeah, graduation sounds like what people say to a kid about the farm that's in heaven when an animal dies. Yeah, to a degree. It's supposed to sound nicer than they quit or they didn't want to do it anymore. Thank you for following, by the way, Zay. It's a lot nicer than saying, hey, sorry, you're just fucking gone. Like, you're just gone. It's a lot nicer saying, yeah, they graduated, they have all the nice artwork, everyone's so sad. That was actually what happened with Sana, ironically enough. Sana, the first EN Hololiver who graduated, which she graduated due to health issues, which was later proven to be wrong, but we don't talk about that aspect. But it was very sad, and we all get everyone gather around. Let's cry a little bit. I am amazed though, and Zay, you may know this. I am amazed Vesper did not graduate. I am amazed fucking Vampire did not graduate, after the shit he pulled. I'm amazed, by the way, absolutely flummoxed. Why did she graduate? The basic idea was she had back problems and she couldn't sit, and that means she couldn't stream. So she graduated because it was actually like she couldn't really fulfill her side of the contract because she couldn't sit down for that long because her back was fucked up. Later on, via her less official channels, she had issues with management. She just didn't want to stream at all, so she wasn't really building up anything. Her numbers weren't doing super hot, relatively speaking, to the other Hololive girls. And she wanted to play Genshin. And she wanted to play Genshin Impact. And as Hololive, you can't actually play Genshin Impact, fun fact. That's one of their no-no games. So the same as the rest of Hololive. Yeah, that's its own very large series of issues that Hololive has been actually going through for a while at this point. And I say this not as like this is the rat of rats. No, I'm not saying it as like this is a rat. I'm saying this more in like a legit, like they just aren't streaming for a variety of reasons. And nobody's really been able to find out like the proper reason. Like people have said like, oh, Gura's not wanting to do it because Gura had the Vesper thing. You know, she pretty much effectively, if it's to be believed, is Vesper impersonated her effectively to get something. Which I mean that's a little bit weird if you were like, hey, somebody impersonated me. That's a little bit funky. Gotta do of infinite resonance. Of infinite resonance is 9. When the skill level of infinite resonance is 10, the resonator deviates. Deviation state at which resonator's level exceeds his or tolerance as a human being. Deviates, you should no longer remain consciousness as a human being in the monster. Oddity. Take over his or her body, or she becomes an equal to the monster. Oddity. His or he collapses and she becomes a cripple. Here she can become a cripple. Okay. Let's try to find a better word for that one, everybody. How about we find a good becomes a waste person? Like that doesn't and you will become a cripple. It keeps saying cripple. Why? That's not right. That doesn't sound correct. Oh noes. Abyssal actor Vesper didn't graduate because he is in Hollow Stars. Correct. That's another big idea. Wait, why can't they stream Genshin? One of the major graduations. One of the major graduations that occurred in Hololive was that of Coco. Coco got graduated forcefully because she mentioned that the current situation in the Taiwanese Strait is complicated, and referring to the entity known as Taiwan as a country, which very much angered Chinese audiences, which really kind of I guess the best way to say it would be perverted various relationships, and that actually led to the collapse of Hololive CN and quite a few other kind of instances there. It was a very dramatic thing. Obviously, since Genshin is a Chinese game, there was kind of a note put out, which is you cannot play this. There's a few games that the Hololive members cannot actually play. I think League of Legends is one. They couldn't play. God, what was it? Like, there's a few weird ones out there that are like, you can't that Hololive girls cannot play. They are just not allowed to play. Hololive boys are not allowed to play. It's just whatever it is. Yeah, and Vesper being Paul of Holostars has its own interesting notes. Are they using the no-no word for four-finger people, like the untouchable people? The person became a blood, not a cripple. Yeah, I'm thinking they're trying to use it as like the idea of like a mutant. Let's see, the deviant becomes, because it's like if we do it like right here, I just want to try to isolate it. Like if I can isolate it, I'd be fine. Right there, Shimatsu. No, we want to do make into service and wear clothes and smell verbal. So that's turning into, no, it's Haitian. That's the literal fucking word they're using. Is Haitian. Oh wow. Yeah, okay, because what they're saying makes sense. This is the issue. What they're saying is actually making a lot of sense. It's your ego has collapsed. And because your ego has just suffered complete collapse, you aren't a functional person anymore. We would, it's like, what do you call an investigator that has had their ego collapse? You call them effectively an invalid. I'm going to tactically change this to invalid. Or his, yeah, that's a very weird way of putting that, but that would be, like, that's a really weird way of putting it, but I get what they're saying. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if that term has a different connotation in Japan than it does here. So this is actually a major way of dying in this game, actually, is you hit your max deviation, and then you just no longer function as a human being. That's very fascinating. And I say that with complete honesty, which is like, that is actually a very interesting idea, simply because it does bring a very, we're gonna say a unique element to the whole thing. Suddenly, you become very, I wouldn't say fragile, but you become there's a constant threat now for you that you can become a lost by deviation. If you deviate too far, you are, and I do quote this nicely, fucky wucky. Just completely, just fucky wucky. Sorry, worry. You ain't going home. You go to the forever box. You are. Stop that. Go to jail. Enter the forever box. Learn. Find Jesus. You know how it goes. Lost by deviation. Lost by deviation. See, this is why we're making some tactical changes when we start compiling. Person remain deviant at the end of the session will lose their character and cannot be used in subsequent sessions. Yeah, that's standard stuff. Kind of saying like, yeah, hey, if you're just completely fucky wucky, dowdy, I just go with become broken. Yeah, that's what catatonic. Like, it's not catatonic. That's the thing. You're not catatonic. The issue is they mentioned previously things like mutants. Maybe this is going to give us a little bit of an explanation on it. That'd be my bet. My guess is that this box right here is going to give us an explanation. Because like scenario based on deviation. Okie dokie then. Scenario based on deviation. see what. On simple side of deviance, here so you gain power of the oddity. Oddity and may be able to make powerful decisions cannot be made as human. Be able to look inside the mind of the oddity that is normally unknowable. How you use deviance up to you? The Emo-Klore TRPG. Or TRPG system. The Emo-Klore TRPG system does not provide a procedure to lower level of infinite eternal resonance of a deviant by the end of session. If you want to lose a resonator at the end of session, please prepare an event that lowers the level of resonance area. So the idea is effectively that this is quite literally what this effectively is saying is, like, by the time you hit deviation, you're not right. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave a note for myself. What we're going to say is become broken. That's what we're going to refer to it as. I'm actually going to double check with the one guy actually and see if, like, does he have a note for this? Is this a thing? I would assume I would assume that it has to be, right? Like, it has to be. Like, there clearly must be something. Because if there isn't, that's really funky. Like, that they would include that. We want to insert footnotes. Feet. Give me them toesy woesies. Don't you want to enter my toesy woesy dimension? Dare you enter my magical realm, everybody? I've seen Pippa's feet. No, it doesn't matter anymore. I've become lost to the garden. That's a game I should up. One of these days I'll update my weird porn games. It only means returning from save deviance during a session to spend reverberation. Infinite reverberation? Okay, so there is a method to power through. They just say there isn't. There isn't a way to get through, but there totally is a way to get through. Don't think about it too hard. Why are you looking at me like that? That's... Wow, cool. I love it. It's amazing. Excluding reverberation effect noise gate. So yeah, that is a thing. There is a method to do it. They just put it in a side note that you learn how to do it. It's through the reverberation effect. And we're going to learn how to we're going to have to learn how to reverberate, everybody. Do you want to reverberate with me? Resonance determination. We're going to do heading 3, I believe. Yep. Resonance determination. Now, yes, they do actually have a video for that here. I'm not translating the video, obviously, because, fuck you and the horse you rode in on if you think I'm doing that. What I can do is let's check resonance. Resonance judgment, because, yeah, that's what we've been calling checks so far. Resonance judgment is judgment based on the resonance skill. Resonance judgment. Remember, the resonator has been affected by the erosion caused by the oddity. Yep. Gug me. The Pippa feet stream. The Pippa feet stream will never outperform fucking Hololive in the same time slot. That's the best part. We doing Degent or what? Fuck me and my horse. I don't have a pedal for reverb. Don't you know, Ironside? We're all Vosh. We were all... Maybe the real Vosh were the friends we made along the way. That we need a tactical footnote right here. Tactical footnote. Tactical foot action. You may not appreciate it, but this is what tactical feet action looks like. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. When is a resonance judgment? When is a resonance judgment made? What is a resonance made? Arc. That we do this. Resonance judgment is when the effects of a oddity are encountered. Oddities are our ghosts, by the way. They're not ghosts, but they are ghosts. Oh no, Hanako, toilet-bound Hanako-kun is here. You deal with toilet-bound Hanako-kun by resonating with her. That sounds horrible, by the way. Like I just kind of like listened to what I said there and realized like what it sounds like. Don't resonate with the toilet ghost girl. Don't do it, everybody. I'm really resonating right now. You don't understand. It sounds like I'm charging a fucking Joe crystal. God, I've lost the plot of my life. Let's. Life has become a German expressionist movie, except we don't know the plot. Let's see. Put you right there. We put you there. We tap. I'm gonna be doing this a little. I'm gonna keep it raw. Not what I said. I'm gonna keep it raw. Table. I like to try to keep all the formatting roughly the same, just to make sure life remains easy. It rarely does. There we go. We kind of keep all the ideas there. Are you what you supposed to be? No, you're fucking Ariel. You should be that. You should do this. Cool, Gucci. Poggers as the cool kids say. I'm trying to fit in more with various like streamer culture, but I'm very bad at it. You haven't read. Real Vosh was the horse dildo collection we made along the way. Why are there so many toilet ghosts in Japan? Do they fear the shitter? I mean, think about it like this, Draco. Think about it like this. Like most ghost stories, most things like that are based off of primal fears. They're like just primal things that we're just like, hey, I don't want to do that thing. Like I am moderately terrified of this. Like, does anybody, mind you, does a single anybody want to ever go to a public bathroom? No, nobody does. It sucks. It's awful. Like it's nobody ever wants to do that because it's the worst thing imaginable. It's fucking scary, especially in the middle of the night. And like I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to the fucking public bathroom in the middle of the night. Like I'm going to die. Thus toilet-based ghosts. It's spooky, man. Fuck that. So let's see. Strength, resonance, emotion, yearning, ideal. Strength, increased resonance, emotion are listed. This is the sample check. This is determined by the resonance skill. Other skill. The number of successes is determined by rolling a die with the skill level of the player. However, there are 3 factors that makes it different. Let me guess. You're going to speak about every single one of them. Bar. Okay, let's do this. The fuck? Oh, it got this. Okay, here, give me 1 second. We're gonna make my life real easy, everybody. All right, wow, good job, Notepad. You did it. You did the really annoying part that nobody wants to. I don't want to do usually, because it's awful. We do that. We hit that button. So we hit that. We need to add in this right here to footnote right there. Which reminds me, I need to find. We need you. Which we put you right there. We put there. We put you right there. All right. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so we're just learning about how strength functions. So we're gonna do. You know, Japanese salary has money from home. You have to stop and take a crap and immediately let public restroom. While you're shitting, a man reaches under the stall wall and sticks his finger. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm gonna be honest with you here, Ironside. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Going to be perfectly blunt with you, brother. I have no idea what you're on about. You are speaking legitimately bizarro languages. You are really pulling a rock solid TM on me right now. You really are the solid we always needed but never deserved. I didn't mean to do that. See, that's the best part. If I ever need to insult anybody, being like, you're really pulling a solid here, brother. You're pulling a solid. The solid is here, no offense, but let's see. Higher the intensity, the more subtle effective oddity. The intensity indicates the strength of the influence. The higher the intensity. For details from the strength guidelines section. Wow, thanks. That's big help for the strength section to dictate that I should look at the strength section. In other amazing news, maybe I should, you know, when I'm done with this, I should just, you know, just do something else. It's great. I love everything. I love the United Nations. Let's do put you here. We put insert footnote. Whatty notty no. These are discrimination. Jesse, do it, Jesse. Easier to succeed in a resonance determination, resonance judgment. More susceptible effect of the oddity. Yeah, that's clearly it. So, break the guidelines. So, if we want to do that, let's see. The intensity of the resonance is the judgment value of the resonance judge. The intensity of the resonance judgment is the judgment value in the resonance judgment. What? I feel like I'm missing something here. The strength of the resonance judgment is the judgment value in the resonance judgment. Intensity of the resonance judgment. Judgment is the judgment value of in the resonance. No, that is correct. Clearly correct. I'm just. Doesn't mean it makes much sense. I mean, I wonder if it's going to make things going to click together later on. Because if we do this here, what's going to happen here is that it's going to say, oh, the XX part of the. You mean this the XX part of the. Like, it legitimately doesn't finish. Like, it's just the XX part of the. Like. Like, I wonder if we just get rid of that, like, what do we? It is the XX part of. It is the XX part of the. I legitimately guess like that's just the correct way of writing it. This is the XX part of this? What are you fucking on about? That's. You ever just read something and you're like, the fuck are you on about? And this really is one of those moments of like, the hell are you on about, game? The intensity will be higher if the apparition is nearby and actively working on the resonator. If the intensity of the lowered at the presence of the apparition is noticed in a place where the influence of the apparition be higher if the oddity is nearby and actively interacts with the sympathy with the resonator. In a place where the influence of the oddity remains. If you notice its presence, the strength will be reduced. Okay, so the idea here is the oddities nearby. So as long as if you know what you're going up against, it's not as scary. You know, like the actual like strength of the individual is there. what is the actual word being translated as oddity anyway? The actual word being translated as oddity. If we take this one, for example, I believe this is it. It's like, oh, it's kaijin. It's what it is. If you look here, it's kai. You know, it's like, oh, it's a haunt. It's, you know, something evil, or it's just strange. Generally speaking, the term that's used most common is the idea of like, oh, it's a monster. It is a thing. So something weird. It's something monstrous. It's something strange. It's something not right. It's K-A-I-I. It's Now, the interesting thing is you might like, wait a second, that looks familiar. Yeah, because if you do that, it's kaiju. It's big monster, effectively. A kai is just a weird thing. It usually is like, oh, it's just a monster. It's a kai. Not necessarily a yokai, but you can kind of hear it in there as well. It's yokai. Because all like, if you were to say like yokai, you gotta remember like, you know, it's kai, but it's like, oh, what's a yokai? It's boom, 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 boom. What's a kaiju? It's a kaiju. You know, it like Japanese and a lot of Asiatic languages actually have a very, very strong grammar sense to them. It's actually very interesting. It's an odd thing. Something that isn't right is the best way to kind of think about it. Let's see, where are we, roughly speaking? Okay, so we're like literally, okay, so we've made a 0 fucking progress. Awesome. Let's keep going. Because this is going to be increased value. Like, this is going to be the value that it's in by rising value. Yeah. So if we do this, put a footnote. Gotta make this official. Gotta do this. We gotta select you. Put here. Then we put a footnote here. Footnote. Oh, yeah, no, we'll keep it. We want to keep it official. We'll Droid Sans. Sans Undertale. We can't like Sans Undertale anymore. He's not cool anymore. Remember when that was like a big thing? I've talked about like Undertale before. Like when Undertale was like the one-all be-all thing. Like if you didn't know about Undertale, you were literally not a human being. Like how could you? And that's like, oh, Undertale, yes, of course. Increased value is when the increased value of the infinite resonance skill level. The value of that the skill level increases when it succeeds. Increase of the resonance skill level indicates degree of erosion caused by the oddity. Exceeding the determination, target is eroded and becomes more susceptible to the influence of resonance, and the level of resonance is increased by the amount of the So wait a second, is it quite literally if you succeed at a check? Oh, okay, that makes strength a little bit more. Okay, I'm seeing this a little bit more. This is your, like, the number of fucking dice you're rolling. So, like, if something is like, oh, like strength 5, like if something is like strength 5, for example, you're gonna roll 5d10, and as many successes as you get, you're gonna be like increasing your, yeah, like you're gonna be increasing it more and more. The level, the odd degree of erosion, the succeeded determination of resonance. Yeah, so the higher the strength and the higher your resonance skill, Effectively what this is saying, if I'm reading this correctly, and I don't know if I'm reading this correctly, I could be misinterpreting this greatly. But what I'm seeing is, yeah, even if the success rate of the resonance judgment is high, you are literally rolling to the fucking kill yourself. Okay. I'm getting it. Undertale is actually pretty cool. Shame the fan base cringed into it. Undertale was never. Like, the thing is, Undertale is fine. I think the idea behind Undertale is fine. Where it's like, hey everybody, we're talking about the power of friendship. It's literally the power of friendship can stop things, but it's like, oh ho, we've subverted your expectations a little bit. When you quickly realize, this is the beautiful thing. This is something that that nobody wants to hear. Undertale is popular. Undertale's effectively a quirky Earthbound toot. That's all it is. It's the unholy combination of the quirky indie horror game and Toho. There is no other reason for it. Think about it. It's a bullet hell with unique characters that you try to subvert, and you usually want to befriend at the end. To get the optimal ending, you can't use any bombs, otherwise known as you can't kill them. Boom. You know, the Undertale's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it is quite literally, I'm subverting. And like, once you actually kind of get into it, be like, oh, it's like, oh, just hit forgive a bunch of times, and that's how it goes. Yeah, I know. Again, it's one of those things where it went from, hey, this is a quirky little fun game, to like, the Pope technically owns a copy because of MatPat. And like, you gotta remember, the literal Pope, the divine Father of God, the fucking, his holy sign of here on, heaven on earth, owns a copy of fucking Undertale because because of MatPat. I'm pretty sure the fandom is why Toby Fox just makes Pokemon music now. Yeah. Because the thing is, that's all Toby Fox really wanted to do, I think. I honest to God think Toby Fox just wanted to make music. And everything else was just a sad mistake that he couldn't get rid of. Also don't get why people meme on MatPat so much. Like, I don't like get why people are like, that's just a theory, a game theory. I don't get why people are like, he's stupid. I'm like, no, he is a guy who has clearly like gamed the system, and he understands. Like, he gets it. Like, he fucking understands the game. MatPat is shit, so are you. Hey, man. MatPat gets the game. He's been playing the game. He's been playing chess while we've all been playing fucking checkers. Alright, also to answer your question there, McDrusels, wait, so being better at something is suboptimal? No. Pretty much what it is that you have your, I think this is the way that it's going. It's hard to explain, but like, you have like the resonate, you have like the, like, I believe it's called like the resonant, like the infinite resonant skill. I don't know is that what the name is? Double check this, sure. Yeah, the resonance skill. Like, you have the resonance skill, quote, skill. Normally, everything is tied to an attribute of some variety. Anytime you are doing a thing that you want to do, like let's say you want to carry a box a lot, you're going to be making a body check effectively, judging by whatever your skill is. So if you have the athletic skill, you're going to be adding a bunch of things together, and it's easier to do. However, you're always going to be rolling a number of dice equal to whatever your attribute value is at the end of the day. However, how this works is that your resonance skill is technically always increasing by virtue of being a resonator. So your resonance skill maybe, starts off, I believe, at 1. So when you encounter a intensity 5, phenomenon, you don't know where the ghost is. Oh no, something disastrous is happening. Oh no, the ghost is here. Oh no, everybody cue fucking Scooby-Doo bullshit going on. Do I have another D10? Yes. You're gonna take all your dice, you're gonna roll, and you're gonna roll. And oh no, everybody, I rolled a 1. The ghost is getting to me a little bit. So now my resonance skill is 2, which is going to be easier going forward to pretty much influence me and make my skill go higher and higher and higher. Kind of like in Call of Cthulhu, for example, when you start losing sanity, it just keeps getting worse. Matt, when he started off doing games he liked and decent theories. Yeah, it's like, it's even funnier, like, he's talked about, like, it is, like, in, like, little podcasts and stuff. Anytime MatPat is not being MatPat, I think he's the most enjoyable. Because he's actually, like, speaking, like, as a human being rather than the MatPat, everybody. Look, everyone, it's the MatPat. And I think when he's in, like, an actual human being, him talking about, like, FNAF stuff is fucking hysterical. Like, I got into FNAF, by the way. Like, I got in. I was deep in the lore. Not like, oh, the lore, mind you. No, just like the production history of FNAF is very fascinating. Like, all the details and stuff of, like, what went into it, like, how the story developed, how all the little, like, things behind. I got really fascinated with it just because it's such a big franchise and spawned, like, so many little like, it's the and I got really into it because of this thing, Huggy Wuggy. I think that's what it is. Huggy Wuggy. That's what it's called, right? I started seeing this little fucker here everywhere. I started seeing them. There's like, yeah, you kind of see them all here. I started seeing those two, like this one and the, yeah, I started seeing like these toys everywhere. I started like, and what really kind of tripped me off on the, my odyssey into learning so much about FNAF lore. Like, the thing that's tripped me off into the, like, how I need to learn more about FNAF lore was I saw somebody I saw some kid, I'm assuming it's a kid, but we have a little, like, park area over here. Some kid, like, meticulously sketched out, like, a full version of this fucking thing. And it was clearly, like, a child drawing it. And, quickly, doing everything about it. Like, they were clearly having fun. And it was them and the pink one, I think. I don't know what their names are. I was immensely fascinated. I'm like, I have to figure out, no. I have to learn more. And so I did. Oh, God, we gotta stretch. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right. Yeah, and so I went on this odyssey of learning more about FNAF and various things. Now, let's see. FNAF kind of died because of Twitter busybodies. No, man, FNAF is still alive. See, you have to look at the FNAF fan community. That's the nightmare. Like, FNAF fan games. Like, this is the shit which, like, prints money magically. The Fazverse, I believe that's what they call it as. The Fazverse. The entire idea behind this is yeah, you gotta see all this stupid shit here. This is the one that apparently had some fucking issues, because what would happen is what Scott Coffin did. What Scott Coffin did was that he's pretty much offered, like, we will bring you into the official fanverse, well, you know, the official thing. You just got to make a good game, and you pretty much got to pitch it to us. You got to make it good, and then they do. And you know, some of these are actually kind of legit, because they spend a lot of time and effort to making these games just perfect. The thing with Scott, the thing that Scott that's kind of fascinating with, is I don't think people ever quite realized that Scott Coffin is a hardcore, like, mega Christian. No, like, he is a hardcore Texan Christian. Like, is it not even like, oh, he previously did Texan, like, Christian animations? Nah, man, you gotta remember his, like, first game, which was literally a Pilgrim's Progress. Like, he's a Christian dude. This is just what he is. I don't know why people are like, oh my god, this is insane. I've never realized this. That's why it's not like he hid it. That's the funniest part. It's never like he hid it. But apparently, I do know for a fact. Now, mind you, if you want to see something completely fucking curve, apparently, I know Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson. These two are actually, you know, coming soon. Hey everybody, you want to learn about the FNAF? You want to learn about the FNAF movie? Yeah, they got fucking Matthew Lillard as the main villain. He got somewhat canceled. Like, that's the thing. Among, like, Twitter people, he got, quote, canceled, but he didn't really. Like, he is still very, I wouldn't say involved, but he still very clearly is, like, around. And he wants, and he's making bank. Like, that's one fun thing you gotta remember. Like, he's not, like, making, like, no money. Like, he's still pumping money. And I gotta respect the guy. Like, it's like, hey man, you're making bank. Therefore, Scott Coffin, all I'm asking for is that you pay me of that small fraction of that Five Nights at Freddy's megabucks, and I will write you the official Five Nights at Freddy's tabletop role-playing game experience. You will be the first, and you will be the only mascot horror game to become on the table for Five Nights at Freddy's with dice. Come on, guys, we can do it. Together, we can really Five Nights at Freddy's. That can't exist, right? I'm gonna Google this. Five Nights at Freddy's TTRPG. This doesn't exist. Motherfucker, it does exist. This isn't a thing. This isn't a thing. I know. Immediately, mind you, immediately got dinged with AVG protection. Like, yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's FNAF. Yeah, this storytelling game. Is it literally Storyteller? Oh lord, I think it is Storyteller. Cosmic Mirror Games. Let's learn about Cosmic Mirror Games, everybody. Okay, they've got a. Let's learn about more Cosmic Mirror, everybody. Zine TTR Atrocity Archives. Nani the fuck? Yeah, apparently these guys were trying to make the Five Night Moth Children? No, I don't care that I'm logged off. Just let me click on Moth Children. Okay, continue. Just let me click on Moth Children. I know I'm logged out. You don't need to tell me. Okay, fine. Fine. You're gonna be bitchy until I log in. Oh wow, look everybody, I'm logged in now. Okay, let's just Google moth children. I need to learn now. What is moth children? You play a moth child, a vampire created by a moth that lives in your heart. Okay, lame. Okay, I want the official Five Nights at Freddy's tabletop role-playing game. Come on, Scott. I don't care about your political affiliation. I'm a mercenary, man. It doesn't matter whose shirt you wear. All that matters is that sweet FNAF money is in my pocket. I'm on my MT Foxtrot grind set. You all wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand the divinity of the grind. We want to insert table. We do that. We double check you. Put you. Oh no. Oh no. You right here. Wait, is this this is literally a side note on top of a side note. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to put you right here because you need to be actually heading fucking 5. Yes, I'm not lying. You have to be heading 5. And then what we do with heading 5 is paste you here, and then you should all be there. Double check you to make that, keep you internal text. No. Yeah, let's start from the top. Where do we need to put off or no? I'm convinced that the Minecraft guy, J.K. Rowling, and Scott Coffin are in a secret group chat together. Notch, I think Notch was always a shit poster. He is you gotta remember, Notch is the man who made the super mega autist autist game. Are you amazed that he is in fact an autist? J.K. Rowling. Here's the thing with here's the big thing with J.K. Rowling. This is my burning opinion on good old J.K. I think what happened was someone said something stupid, like a long time ago. Someone said something really stupid, and she probably said something maybe she should have thought it through for more than 5 seconds, but she made a decision, that she made a call, and then people got mad at her for probably twisting those words pretty dramatically. And now you have 2 options in that case. You can either say, A, you back off and say, okay, fuck you, or you do like the mutual, well, I'm sorry, I didn't think about my words or whatever, or you triple the fuck down. You say, no, fuck off. I think she damn well knows she has to, and I think she can probably do whatever the fuck she wants because she's a multi-gorillionaire, and it's like, yeah, okay, what are you gonna fucking do? She pumps out money. She produces money. And that's, I think, the ultimate tragedy with J.K. Rowling, is that she will go down in history as the woman who makes terrible fucking decisions and wants just to stretch her legs. That's all she wanted to do, was stretch her legs. I read the first Harry Potter book and I didn't much care for it. Dogs the game. Hey, I've got my 4 games. Tonight I will most likely be going over, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm either going to be going over, what's its fucking name? I'll either be going Orun or Bluebeard's Bride. I'll probably go over Bluebeard's Bride because I'm actually kind of fascinated in that game. I actually thought it was in another case, but yes. The Chaos stream this week is... Oh, pay no pad, everyone. Sorry, everybody. It's BBP is surreal. Yeah, there's a few of them that are a little bit like, I never really got into Harry Potter. Like, I skipped that phase, unfortunately. Like, I've talked about this before, but there was like this period of my childhood where I like just skipped being a child. I don't know really what happened. I think I was just like trying to be like the cool, mature person who's cool and mature. So I just didn't like, I didn't read like kid books. I was like, I want to read adult books for adult reasons. So it's like, that's why I never watched things like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Never watched it. Just because I just wasn't, I didn't want to watch it, and I just didn't like it very much. And it just didn't appeal to me when I was that age, because I was trying to be an adult. I'm like, I'm going to be an adult and watch MTV like real adults do. I realize now, I'm like, man, the fuck were you on about, you stupid fucker? Like, you stupid child, you. Growing up sucks. You don't want to grow old. You just want to be, you just become Peter Pan, young Notepad. You fool. Young Notepad, become Peter Pan. It's much easier that way. People will actually be nice. J.K. Rowling is a case of cultural drift. Her opinions never changed when she went from progressive lady to uber Satan Hitler. Again, I think at this point she's just like, she damn well knows she just needs to double down. She can never apologize now. She can never, like, there's never going to be a dialogue now, because, and nobody benefits from having like an actual like sit down case of dialogue. No, she damn well knows. She's fine with it. I mean, fuck, that new Harry Potter game, Harry Potter like Legacy or whatever, that thing is like doing like amazing. Like, it's already sold like a gorillion copies of pre-sales. I don't think, like, I do not blame anyone for enjoying Harry Potter. That's the thing. Because if you're the right age, if you're the right time for it, it is a part of a lot of people. It is a part of a lot of people's childhoods. If anyone of the resonant emotion front, back, or roots is resonating, like, I think the people who are like most pissed off about it are the exact people who, how do I want to word this? They damn well know she has a much bigger influence on them than they would like to admit. And they'll be the first ones to buy they're the ones who have the Harry Potter collection book on their fucking shelf. They're the ones who do, but they've like scratched out her name because it's just a pure case of like, well, we can't have two conflicting thoughts. And it's depending on your opinion on things, it could be viewed as sad, or it could be viewed as just which confirm the emotion matching and inform the relevant PLs that they will have more dice to roll. The DL should be able to view the resonance emotions of resonators at any time. Better check the scenario and character sheets before the session begins. Because yeah, so when it comes to emotional matching, because you're going to have a set of emotions which define you. So oh Jesus, skill level times 2. That's nasty. You know, skill level times 2. So it's pretty much like if you're matching with the actual enemy, you're fucked. Like, you're just gonna be rolling a shit ton of dice because you are just vibing with this fucking dude. You have suffered a vibe check and you are not enjoying it very much. Oh no, I've been vibe checked. How will I ever cope? Emotions of the sympathizer. How's... Oh wait, there's resonant sentiments. Of heads, backs, and roots. So this would not, it's front, back, and roots. Actually, the resonance emotion specifies resonance is emotion emitted by the target of the resonance, such as the oddity. The oddity will use the resonance emotion to erode the resonator. If the resonator's if the resonant person's emotion and the target's emotion match, the resonant person will be affected more easily. It's called a emotion matching. Emotion matching. When there is a match in the emotion matching, the number of dice rolled with the resonance decision is increased. Two types of matching patterns that increase the number of dice. Easy enough to understand. Gucci. Oh yeah, let's do it. Hell yeah, let's go. Come on, what are you doing? Get out of there. I'm in your house. I'm in your room. What are you doing, Oni-chan? That's not what's supposed to be there. Ha ha. Oni-chan, what are you doing? Oni-chan, that's a gun. Oni-chan, what are you doing? Oni-chan, I'm your sister. Oni-chan. Oni-chan. I mean, yes, this is gonna be the other. Is XX is part of the XX is part. Orun is unknown. That's the thing. Like, Orun is actually very unknown, and that was one of the reasons I found it. Fun fact was I thought it was a different thing. To be honest, you could start posting on Twitter that she would keep printing money now. Harry Potter is just that popular. Universal can't cut her out. Yeah. There's an artist in London that makes a living by buying Harry Potter books, writing out her name, and selling them at a markup. Yeah. Reminds me of Medicium, where picking up fruit and harvesting vegetables is a sin, but priests get around it by making other people do it for them so they can eat it with a clear conscience. Yeah, it's one of those things that people will do their best. Like, it's unmistakable, and it's like, oh guys, please understand what you're doing here. Oh, my brothers and sisters in Christ. And it's, I mean, I give it to JK. She's stuck to her guns. That's more than a lot of people say. Nothing else has really bad come out of her. And which is recommending me Paizo's official AP of Starfinder has 35 people. You are not that far away, Notepad. God, if I could get 20 people. See, what I've been actually debating, it's bad. My friend's been, every now and again during the weekends, my friend raids me. And if you ever see me panic, go like, oh, there's a raid. Oh no, that's exclusively from one of my friends. Who sends unwitting people into me, claiming I play Pathfinder, and it's like, oh no, hello gamers, hello, it's me. And I always find it very, very funny when I try to desperately convince them that I'm not insane and talking to myself. But let's be perfectly frank with ourselves now. Footnote. Not a foot guy, but we've got plenty of footnotes. There we go. We put you here. We put you here. Go bunko. Bunko. What the notice? I want everybody to know we are almost at 200 fucking things. You very strong rhythm. Also. Yeah, quite literally, if you have like matching emotions, like emotional matching, you are fucked in this game. Like you are going to go bananas soon, and you must find a way out because you are going to go insane. And there really is no getting out of this. Resonance Judgment Strength Guideline. Resonance Judgment Strength Guideline. That means we got to go here. That means we all the way back up here. It's been hello. It's you. All right, everybody. We select you. Go bump 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 bump. What other children's media has really like survived as much as Harry Potter has into the modern day? Can't really think of any. Like, how can I use this to how can I benefit myself? Because I am actually amazed that J.K. Rowling has not tried to make a Harry Potter tabletop game. I am actually amazed. People have tried repeatedly and it fails every single fucking time. Hell, I've debated on it. Just to confirm that I am in fact not insane. Because I'm 90% sure it can work. That's the thing. I've seen you get 12, 15 people. Once you get the 1K subscribers, you'll have a minimum of 2 digits view. You mean 2 viewers here? It's gonna be wild. She hates tabletop because of the initials TG. See, that's why you need to pitch her a Christian role-playing game. I've also been told to get paid. So, sorry everybody. Lamau, lol, here's an ad. JK has written about people shitting themselves but can't write a logical magic system in her books. Too many people here would be weird. Here's the thing. This is the beautiful thing. The pure idea when it comes to Harry Potter's magic is that it is a combination of knowledge, it's a combination of will, and it's a combination of, I would say, understanding. Where the method that I devised in my head was to prevent people from effectively prevent people from just oh, well, I just want to cast the Death Curse. Just Death Curse the second I I'm just gonna do Death Curse. Because that's the major issue. Because in lore, technically, if you know the spell, you can cast the spell. That's the problem. What I've been thinking of, what I would have to do, it would be, as a Harry Potter character, you are instead learning words. You're learning various words through your classes and such to string together. And if you want to cast the Death Curse, if you want to do something to kill another person, I think it's Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra. I don't fucking remember. But you would need to be able to enunciate abracadabra. Avada Kedavra, that was it. Because the thing is, what you would need to do is you would need to enunciate the entire thing. And it would how I imagined it initially, and I couldn't get it to write it out perfectly. It would be very simple spell would be oh, fire. But the thing is, if you just say fire, you're gonna light yourself on fire, or you're just gonna light your wand on fire. You don't want that. You want to say, it's light that on fire. Okay, I want to light this thing on fire. I want to do this on fire. And it would be you having to string together a certain number of syllables together to actually successfully cast the spell. The more skillful you end up with, the higher the years are, what you're able to do now is, instead of saying, oh, well, I just want to... That's not how it works. This is how I would have to do it, though. What I would have to do is, the older you get, is you can cut out words. You would be able to cut out things. Instead of saying, I want to light that candle on fire, and that'd be a pretty complex spell, it's candle on fire, or just fire, because you would already know how to do all that. Yeah, it's one of the... That's like kind of the issue with it, is that like the basic concept in my mind works, but... I think it's more like spells can use potions, like that's its entire... There's like an entire thing with that. Again, Harry Potter works legitimate. I'm not gonna lie, like Harry Potter works entirely off the power of magic, like. And like trying to like convert it into like raw mechanical detail has always been the sticking point for almost all of these games. It is so astronomically difficult. I do know one person who I could potentially reference, being like, okay, teach me the ways of the Harry Potter. But the issue with that, kind of like the overriding complication with that kind of idea, is like it just doesn't... How do I want to work? It just doesn't work that way, because Harry Potter works effectively on unobtainium logic. It just... Most of Harry Use the goddamn cards. I will most likely not use the howling cards because I don't think we can use them in like the format currently being employed here. Let's see. That's not how it works. Prequel movies about Dumbledore. That isn't canon. Well, Wizard Trump getting like fanfiction does. It just works. Tout hard gameplay. Rowling, Rowling never thought things to be past the first book. Yeah, pretty much. Zowring. Zowring. Nani? Nani? We're not being guys. We're not being racist here. We are simply commenting on the funny words. See, the worst part is I actually added these guys on Twitter, and like I usually do with all these things. Like, hey, doing some translation work. Haha, poggers. Hey, poggerino. Hey, hey, hey. Mostly so determine the howling response. Mostly so they understand that I am doing this. You know what? We're gonna play a game. Let's go on Twitter, everybody. Let's go on this fucking hell site. Oh wow, look everybody. Everyone likes my dank meme. We got this fucking cringe lord. So I'm keeping this here. Like I adore Bayonet and Ricochet miniatures, everybody. Welcome to the leader of the Gray server. He's dead now, but it's funny. I want to keep it there. It just makes me feel happy anytime I see it. Yeah, I did actually oh damn, no, fuck off. I never need to tweet that. I did tweet at these guys like Dice to Us does in fact know. Here's the thing. Dice to Us does in fact know potentially that I am like they maybe know that I am in fact translating this. They might know. I'm hoping they do, because if they don't, I'm going to be Spirit Body of the Resonator rejects tunes to understands or accepts the howling. The Resonator in some of the following two ways. I'm going to give you all a secret here. There's going to be one way we're doing this, and it's like, it's not we're not doing this. I can tell you that much. Want to do this, and we want to get rid of all of you. Extreme resonance card. Each howling card can then one type of howling. Plays from the six card deck for each oddity. Determine the howling reaction. Oh no. I am going to put a note here. Like, I'm going to put a note here that I'm going to do for Courier Prime. There we go. I may or may not translate the cards. They are optional. There we go. I just got to make sure everyone understands that they are in fact optional, and you do not need them. You do not need them. Please, God, do not force me. Do not force me. I'm a good man. I've done no wrong against you. Do not force me. Do not hold me hostage. Resonance table. You'll roll 1d6 to determine feedback reaction. General response table lore type. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this off put this down here. And then I may or may not translate the cards. They are optional. We're going to merge these two things together. Merge cells. These are the resonance table. Oh, so we're all on the same page. So we're going to do. You're going to make me do this individually for every single fucking one, bastards. Yep. There is no rest for the wicked, and I am of them all. Oh, maybe not. How do I want this? Did the Gray server get anything done? No, the Gray server got nothing done. He kept it up for like 2 fucking days. He's like, it's fucked before it began. It was like, you never let anything begin. And we kept telling him this. And it was Jover before it began. If that makes any sense. Like it was kind of just one of those. It was one of those projects that was just kind of, I wouldn't say like doomed from the start. I don't like saying any project is just doomed from the start. But I will say that one was just poor leader. It was a combination of just poor leadership of, I can't even call it leadership really. It was just a non-existent leadership. And I don't think he quite knew what he was signing up for. I think he was signing up for effectively a get-rich-quick scheme. And I think that get-rich-quick scheme was quickly found out to be that he's in the tabletop role-playing game market, and there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme except if you're PBTA. We see things that we should not be seeing, hear sounds we should not be able to hear, but are they really non-existent voices? I have one piece of information about the apparition. I have one piece of information about the oddity. Get one piece of a marvelous fact that has brought to us with extraordinary realism. Get one piece of information about the haunt. About the oddity. Not the oddity. Marvelous fact brought to us. That's such a weird way of putting that. Actually, no, this is a quote. These amazing facts come with a tremendous sense. So they're not actually quoting it, because it... So we want to do something like this then. Because it was separated out. I don't know why it says depression, though. Like, is this what it is? Panic. Panic. Depression. Hyoko. Romaji. Hyoko. Yeah, it is Kyoko. So, it is... So if we convert it into here, it would be thoracic cavity or the Pope. No. If we... Kyoko... This is the first time I've seen this video. Wait. Kyoko did depression. Panic scare. Just this. Fear. See, this is the value of Romaji Desu, is that, like, panic. So fear, panic. So the two together would be Yeah, it would just be fear, like fear and panic. Like it's just complete. Like I am poo. I am
Consternation.
consternate. So yeah, it's kind of like panic slash. So yeah, it's because you're doing this because you're kind of freaking the fuck out because you shouldn't be seeing this. It's really a oh no gamers moment. Hallucination. Good start, everybody. A hallucination. Hallucination gaming out here. How we all do. Nightmare creatures beyond the veil of reality gaming here. How do we all how we all gaming tonight, kids? Hello, fellow children. How are you? You wish to game? Affinity with the oddity has been increased, making it more susceptible to influence. Given one additional resonance emotion for the kaiju. We're going to this one. This is going to be cursed. I hope you all know this. What the monster has increased and has become more susceptible in a resonance emotion of the target. Acquire one additional resonance emotion of the target monster. Affinity with the haunt is fact. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're connected. Said right. So yeah, that's literally what this is. Wait, what? Have I been using the wrong one this entire time because I'm a fucking idiot? I think I have been. Wow, good job, me. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I've been using the wrong thing. Abnormal presence of money, skill to use body has funeral stairs come to me. Yeah, so I've been using the wrong one. So okay. I'm a fucking goober. Awesome. I'm a goofy goober. Terrible horrors. So okay, that makes more sense. You're panicking. So this would make hallucinations. This would be 2. But this would still be hallucinations. Like you're losing your shit currently. Like you are not vibing with this current piece of information. No, your voices. Okay, so there we go. Actually, what we need to do is double check it in. Mm-hmm. connected, he said. What a marvelous sense of reality. Amazing facts come with a tremendous sense of reality. Then we move to 3. Which we then would type in as 3. Let's just do this now. We're going to do it right here. Then we're going to select this. We're going to put you here. Just hard translate this. Resonance affinity with the oddity has increased and gets more susceptible to influence. Get 1 additional resonance emotion for the target. Okay, so this is correct. So we do this. But we want you to make sure to get the resonance emotion. You know, 1 additional resonance emotion. I think that's like you're gaining more problem, but it's also kind of a back and forth. Is like you're getting something, and then it's getting something, which is it's fucking your day up more. However, you're making it so that it's a little bit easier to influence them. Okay, easy enough to understand. Cool, we gaming. We are, as they say in the hood, gaming. Let's welcome to the wonderful world of fatigue, by the way. We've finally hit that point in where I'm very tired, and I have a lot to do tonight. Alright, hell yeah. I'm not responding to comments. I'm sorry. I'm just focused. I'm like heavy focused right now. It can reliably do these. Paranoid, extreme, bloated, anxiety, and delusion of reality. Paranoia 8. I'm gonna do something. Skill that use 5 senses have -1 test counts. Okay, easy. And you're gonna betray me anyways. We'll just hard. Acquisition of influence of the oddity. The level of inspiration is +1. Look, there you are. Let's see the invisible and notice the unnoticeable. Oh no. My eyes are dizzy. Wow, cool. There we go. So you just roll on this chart effectively, which is interesting because it's a D6. Fun fact, it's just a D6. How would you make a SpongeBob RP? Tune. Honest to God, you would do something akin to Tune. Yeah, or as you know, Ironside presents, which is just a drinking game of where you have to LARP as characters from the show. Generally speaking, though, like if you want to be like vaguely serious, you don't. You make it again something like Tune. You make it ridiculous. You make it funny. You make it dumb. You could probably do one of those weird games where you take the role of the characters themselves. Fucking see, that would, honest to God, here's the funny bit. Here's the funny. That would actually be a very good idea for something like Dallas, the television role-playing RPG, to do, where you just take the role of SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and everybody else as you try to play out an episode of SpongeBob. With, you know, because the thing is, SpongeBob episodes usually are pretty simple, but there's usually like something going on. SpongeBob wants to catch a jellyfish. How do we catch a jellyfish? Well, Squidward's going to try to... Squidward wants to interfere because he doesn't want them to catch a jellyfish. On the other hand, Sandy wants to help, but she wants to test out a new thing. Therefore, she's trying to pawn off something on SpongeBob. SpongeBob is trying to get people to help him. Patrick's trying to do something fucking else. That's the entire idea. JRSD one day. One day, everybody, the JRSD will be complete, and we will all be able to bask in the unholy glory of the greatest role-playing game ever devised by mankind. You may not like it, but this is peak roleplay. Here's when you get to LARPez, our favorite characters from Dallas, the television show. It's always funny too, because I've talked to my mom about that game before, and she's like, that sounds so stupid, but I could also see people really enjoying it from back in the day. I'm like, I know. Unique weirdness and howling. When I want to create a unique oddity for, you should also decide like, use the generic deck, generic table, find into monster types. Combining over 70 types of howling reaction. Of course, you can also create your own howling reaction to match the oddity. It's like, yeah, you can use our cool cards we made. You can also not use them. That's cool too. You can. You don't have to use them, but like if you do want to use them, I mean, yeah, they're pretty cool. Sure you don't want to use them? You positive? Please. Okay, so we're here. Oh, we're so close. Oh, we're so close. Can we get much higher, everybody? Can we get much higher? Oh, God. Let's see. It's 10:40. Let's see. We are right here. We're right at the tail end, really. We can power through, or... Cerbic? Well, let's learn together, everybody. What does a Cerbic mean? A Cerbic, especially with comment style or speaking, is sharp and forthright. Used in for some reason it's gone up. It's sharp, sarcastic, sardonic, satirical, scathing, cutting. Yeah, it just means that you're saying a Cerbic sounds something sour, bitter. It tastes like a lemon is. The picture says it all, doesn't it? Like acid in temper, mood, or tone. So it just means like you're kind of just a shitty person. So that's sharp and forthright. So I think it's more along the idea of being like you're a little bit short with people. It's like, you just fuck off kind of thing. Like, it's like, oh, okay. Like I understand now. Russian doomer music, my favorite genre of music, the Russian doomer music variety, where I just listen to fucking depressing Russian music, otherwise known as just Russian music. Like, oh man, I sure do like being happy. I sure don't like being happy today. I'm just like, okay, do I got some music for you? Hey, it's it's me, Budget Fonzie, everybody. Termination of possession. Okay, possession. We've talked about possession before. Possession is the act of being possessed by a oddity. When an oddity tries to possess a resonator, a special judgment is called the possession judgment. Okay, I'm gonna make a wild guess, and this one's going to be them telling me how to do a possession judgment, or what I need to roll for the possession judgment, which is different from everything else. Methods of possession judgment. Determination. Possession determination is indicated in the following format. We do this. Intensity 8, resonant emotion, longing, ideal, 2 parts of intensity and resonant emotion attribute. 2 parts intensity and emotion. So this is the exact same thing we just did above, which is going to be slightly different because instead going to be about possession. Judgment of possession is the same as judgment of resonance using the resonance skill. So it's the same idea, effectively. It's just making a wild guesstimation here. The idea is probably a little bit different. Probably the end results are different, but not the application. Mm-hmm. 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 Features of ping. Who's pinging me? Who's pinging me? These tomatoes are roasting the oh god. Don't question it, Ethical. Hello, Ethical. What did you miss? All you missed was me going over in graphic detail the idea of emotional folklore. We learned a lot. We're currently trying to resonate with monsters. I just want to resonate with Bigfoot, and he has to try to resonate with me, as we resonate with one another. We also learned that if you get if you resonate too much with the monster, you become crippled. I put the term invalid here because that's the word they use, which is literally just crippled. You just become crippled. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's one of those things that I always find like, oh, this is fine. So we're just going through that. To give you an idea, we are here, and this is the rest of pretty much everything. We're at the home stretch effectively. And you know what they say about the home stretch is that you want to get it done. Hell yeah, let's do it. Yeah, woo. Woo! The resonance is increased just by the attempt by the oddity. So this is your fuck you moment to the players. I understand. I get it. No extreme resonance. Feedback occurs even if success levels exceed. So yeah, like you're not going to be doing anything too exciting. So the ghost is just trying to, Sasquatch is just trying to possess you. And I'm imagining you and Bigfoot looking at each other and audibly vibrating. Yeah. Oh man, I love not doing anything too exciting. It's my favorite thing. Yeah, like, we went from like, you're gonna resonate with the fucking enemy, and they like gotta track your emotions, gotta track this, gotta track everything. Oh my god, you're literally, I'm resonating. I'm resonating. Which quickly then shifted to, you're not gonna do any of those things. You just have a chance of becoming getting Sasquatch to violate your Rezusi. Or as in Scooby-Doo Zombie Island with guitar riffs in the background. Nope, how do you feel about the horrible future where your AI avatar continues making content decades after your death? That reminds me. You know what? Let's all, I'm gonna boost this up.
I like to start my morning browsing my favorite website, 4chan, where I spend most of my time on my home board, TV.
No, it's the Bateman one.
Luke, did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She was your father's exotic teenage alien apprentice.
No, God. No, the AI, it's getting too powerful. See, this is how Skynet, like, just fucking kills us. See, that's what we need, you know? We just need to, I need to optimize my death at this point. That's the best part. Notepad must optimize his death to become even more alive than he ever was before. It's just like, hey everybody, you know what we need? Let's make more content. Let's double the content load. Let's triple the content load. See, here's the thing. If I could get the AI to just like record the audio perfectly, finally, you know what it's like to traverse the grid of death. See, if I could just get an AI to do my audio perfectly, like, that's to be the thing. It has to do it perfectly. It's got to get all the inflections. It's got to do all that just right. But if it can do that, I'd be pumping out, like, there would be no more backlog. I just type up a script. I send it out. I then just hit the magic button, and it just auto-generates the video. It's over before it began. Anytime I need to do a blog post, just type up the script, just throw it to the magic AI machine. It's Kino. Just digitize Notepad on it, and he can become one with God. I will ascend to past the grid of death. I will find life. I will peel the onion. I'm genuinely thankful to Jort. Yeah, Jort and his cursed ass fucking video. God fucking damn. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. Like, oh man, I sure do love thirsty sword lesbian. Out of anything. Why couldn't it have been like, you know what? No, you know, I am happy it's thirsty sword lesbian. I am happy because everyone would know that it's fake. This is fake news, everybody. You don't understand. This is fake news. Maybe I'm fake news. Maybe you're fake news. Maybe we should just browse our favorite board of TV. Yeah, I have seen the fucking Bateman one, the fucking TV Bateman. I'm like, yep, this summarizes this a little bit too well. Conditions for possession. Number of success in possession judgment is more than the resonator's spirit. Which is made by ego and fails. Both 1 and 2 satisfy the resonator becomes possessed. Bum 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 bum. I forgot. Real fast. Gotta put it there. Gotta put it right there. Inserts. Mm-hmm. Ewan fails on both 1 and 2. Satisfied, the resonator becomes possessed. So, got all that. Now we have to go to heading 5. And then we put in you, because you need to become heading 5. Then we select all of you. This, and now you all are heading 5. We were all heading 5 now. We're all heading 5 now, Mr. Bond. We do all this. We make you. We gotta make big. Oh no, you gotta go down here, because you're gonna be now converted in 5 as well, because that's what we are. We go here. We go here. We hit. Why are you big? Why are you the way you are? Stop that in the name of God. We hit that. We go down here. We surrender, surrender. Mama's alright, Dada's alright. That's only surrender, surrender. Welcome to 2005. Guitar Hero. Bum, 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 bum. You might have future look until that. Someone needs to make your doll voice in micro case of D&D 57 hours. There we do voice automation by hand. It is tedious. I thought Emo-Klore. Thank you for coming by, Londar. I thought Emo-Klore was a light narrative game, but it seems pretty involved. Also, hello. Yeah, hopefully you like the Sword Roll 2.5 VOD. That will be getting uploaded to YouTube hopefully on Thursday. That's the plan anyway, but time makes fools of us all, don't you know? Yeah, that's kind of the goal there. Oh, that's not how my back is supposed to track. There we go. Yeah, no, yes, thank you for enjoying it. Yes. Sword World is such an interesting game to even kind of like talk about in that regard. And depending on how things go, depending on how things go, let's check the numbers real fast. Jamie, pull up the numbers. I played a pretty small part to get a core rule 1 and 2, so it's good to see it get a lot of traction lately. It has been getting a lot of traction. As you can tell by Jamie pulling up the numbers, we are 6 people away from 1,000 subscribers, everybody. Good job, team. We did it. We really were the gamers. TM. I need to actually fix this video, by the way, the Price of Freedom video for tomorrow, because the audio is fucked. But, yeah, no, it kind of flummoxed me when it first came out, because it's like, oh, Sword World. And if you just Google, like, Sword World English, the first thing that pops up still is this. It's like the fan translation. Like, I didn't even know this was done. Like, I was traveling when this got released, effectively. So that's why I was like, it's not real. It's not real. So it kind of coming out was like, oh fuck. well, you did God's work. I don't know. All I did was introduce the world to the unfortunate world of Japanese role-playing games. Immediately when the Generators deviates. We call it possessive sympathy of the resonator. Possession or man may add dice bonus to possession judgment due to the great power. Each monster, each oddity. But generally speaking, like, Emo-Klore isn't actually like super hardcore. Like, it's not really difficult. Like, just kind of going over like what's here. It's not a very complicated game. The issue I've been having most with it is that it likes to over-explain certain factors. As I kind of talked about with the TBZ video a little bit, it likes to over-explain some things, and then it has this bad tendency of like, oh well, here, go to a different page to learn about this thing. Okay, you're done there. Go to this page to learn about this now. It's like, okay, well, you don't need to tell us. Like, even like right here, you kind of see there's even a link getting linked somewhere. They want you to go to the mutation of the current possessed resonator vary from one apparition, one oddity to another in the dictionary of oddities. Mutation at the time of possession section in the case situation possession by the oddity. Here are some types of mutation. Oh, fuck. That is alright. That is alright. I am surprised though people haven't people didn't do Emo-Klore earlier, because the thing is, this actually had a weird, I wouldn't say a weird presence, but there was actually a presence here in the West of like English versions of this game. There are English versions technically of Emo-Klore out there. They just aren't, well, by people who are around anymore. And Miss Io in the corner you see there. Tis a shame, as they like to say. But sometimes you gotta do things for the dead. Oh no, who's pinging who? Who's pinging me? Placement, dang, you didn't get. Yeah, the old circa 2012 to 2014 TL. I only started looking at Sword Art back in 2019 or so. YouTube was barely retranslated from the PDF form. But English tends to be verbose. I'm working on solo on an adventure book for 2.5, and plan to cut out a lot of that. Yeah, it's fully free. Right? Yeah, just a website rulebook. Maybe, like, it is technically just the rulebook here. However, I did actually contact one person who actually uploaded some, like, oh, calm down. There we go. I actually did contact one person, because if you Google Emo-Klore, you get this. This is Kazuru Iru. She's gone, unfortunately. She graduated. And then there's this index person. You kind of see here, this is index, Emo-Klore. This is 2 weeks ago. This is a month ago when, yeah, I actually asked them, being like, is this a thing that exists? Like, does this exist out in the ocean? And the answer was no. We use a completely different version of it that we barely play by the rules. So I'm thinking, like, they're calling it Emo-Klore, but it's not really Emo-Klore. So it's like, okay. The only other person who had done anything with Emo-Klore that I know of was this dude, Aethersong, which apparently a year ago, mind you, he was like, I'm going to translate it. I don't know where any of that happened. I don't know what occurred with that, if it just didn't happen. Looks like he's a YouTube He's a YouTube guy, TM. That's kind of the thing. Is though I didn't find anything else on Emo-Klore. He's a guy who lives in Japan, though. That's all I know. He lives in Japan and he plays Japanese games for Japanese reasons. I mean, unless someone is running a pre-written scenario, I feel most people that make content are going to be very loose with the rules, especially if I'm assuming they're publishing this for an English audience. To a degree, like from what I was kind of looking at and kind of double checking, it appears Kazuryu, she was actually playing relatively by the rules. So because the interesting thing, it was Kitsuragi Station, I believe that's what it was called. Kitsuragi Station. Yeah, Kitsuragi Station. Yeah, so this is, you kind of see here, this is her technically, you know, this is her in the group 1. But the interesting thing here is that if you go here, Kitsuragi Station Emo-Klore, and then go to Reddit, fun fact, this is the same scenario, except fucking Fubuki, Ayame, and Miyu and Subaru were playing it. So I'm assuming, actually, that Io here got a Japanese... pretty much got the Japanese, like, scenario that planned everything out for her. Either translated it or knew how to read the rules. Because she even outright says it, like, in the first group, being like, I'm giving, like, a... They don't understand the rules well. I understand the rules. They don't. So it's like, okay, I'm thinking she knew how to speak Japanese or read Japanese well enough to actually be able to play the game, but they had to do it like that. And it was a little bit janky in that regard. So it was like, okay. And unfortunately, I can't exactly talk to her. I can't, you know, say like, hey, Kazuryu, how you doing, girl? You mind giving me your fucking copy if you got one? No, that's just not a thing. I believe Kitsuragi Station here, I believe this is just a scenario, because weirdly enough, Emo-Klore is super popular on things like Booth. Just as scenarios, mind you. Yeah, you kind of see here. Like, it's just like people like making scenarios for it. So it's been fascinating kind of going through it and being like, yep, this is a game, all right. The resonator loses his or her ego. The body can't freely handle the resonator's body. It deals intention. Ends it. If the scenario ends as is, it will be lost. Oh. This is the right text. NPCing. Yeah, it's hey, yeah, fuck off. If you fuck up. Did I not put that in correct? Oh, I might have made a boo-boo. Oh, I know I made a boo-boo. So we want to do. Want to do that, then we want to, and I'm like even pretty much outright saying, like, I don't say this is a super accurate, super amazing, perfect version of the game. I'm not saying that. I never really do with these things. But what I do is say, like, this is a thing that you can technically play the game with, available for everybody, in case you feel like playing it. That's all I can do. In a possessed resonator, mutation that occurs in resonator appears from one operation. Types of mutations. Hence why this is referred to as a DUWANG. Retains his ego, the monster can freely handle the resonator's body. The resonator. Wow, that's horrifying. Takeover. Possession is released. Resonator responsible will be responsible for his or her action. The resonator absorbed by the oddity. The consciousness of the resonator swallowed by the ego of the oddity. By the strong feelings, the resonator may be reflecting on his or her actions. Absorption. Wow, that's awful. That's horrifying, actually. That's genuinely terrifying. Like, I hate that already. Good job, team. Assimilation with the ego of the oddity. Maintaining the ego of the oddity. The ego of the oddity takes precedence, but in some cases, resonators may reflect some extent on the actions of the oddity. So, effectively, oh wow, so mutations aren't mutations necessarily. They're more like that's serial production is sometimes oddly fast. When I was running Vision Connect, it only had been out a couple of months, and there was already 2 made fan-made scenarios I saw in Pixit booth. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Like, usually the thing with it is they give you a lot of, like, here's the thing with, like, Emo-Klore, from what I've been able to kind of just gather, going through this entire project. This is not a difficult game to make a scenario for in any capacity. Because at the end of the day, all you really need to do is get some, like, very basic scenes set up. And, like, this is the ghost doing ghost shit. Like, oh no, it's the scary toilet ghost that's fucking with people on the toilet. Go investigate at the middle of the night at the scary haunted toilet. And it's like, oh man, it's trying to fuck with your emotions a little bit. Oh no, it's trying to fuck with your emotions a little bit. Like, it's not... I don't think any of these scenarios are, like, super thick. I don't think any of them are going to be more than, like, maybe 20, 30 pages, but you could stretch it out to 3 hours kind of thing because it's a tabletop role-playing game and people are being stupid. And because people are stupid, we can respect them. Like, I noticed that with a few RPGs. I know after... Most likely, if we get done with this one, my goal is to compile everything and obviously release it as always. I do plan on tackling a little bit of Table Derby. I know we have actually one person in the server who's been doing... who's been doing some stuff there. The only issue there is that I love saying to death, but saying is like, I have decided to translate 18 different projects at once. It's like, what are you doing? Saying no! No, little Vietnamese boy, what are you doing? You can't take on that many Japanese rule books. No! So, yeah, it'll probably be Table Derby 2, technically, after this one, which, is going to be its own set of sadness, by the way. Don't get me wrong, it will still be sadness, but it will be at least funny sadness, because horse girls go nay. Horse girl funny. Horse girl cool. We like horse girl. See, here's the thing, I actually never... I knew, like, 2 horse girls, like, legit horse girls in like, high school. Being like, oh my god, I love my horse so much, they're so amazing. I'm just like, wow, horse. Then I watched Ume Pretty Derby. I'm like, I think I want to bet on horses, and that actually got me into horse racing. Fun fact, everybody: the Yakuza-owned popular anime Ume Musume Pretty Derby got your boy Notepad into horse race gambling. Always remember, kids, bet on the fucking track. Don't bet on anything else. Whether or not the release position or even whether release first place depends on the apparition of the oddity. Oddity and the snare position may be released when the oddity has achieved its goals. The body is destroyed, or simply the resonator has had enough of the body. Huh? a very odd way of putting that. Yandex, well, the first place varies depending on if the monster reaches its purpose, possessed or perishes, or simply gets tired. Okay, there, or simply gets tired. There we go. Or simply. Of the resonator's body. Possession, maybe. Possession, maybe. Yeah, like, sometimes that's really all you need. I noticed that, like, that's what they were trying to do in, like, the sample scenarios for fucking, the fucking sample ones for Muv-Luv. Jesus, the sample ones for Muv-Luv. Just throw 50 fucking tanks at them. It's just like, no. That's really boring. By the way, when are you planning a second Notepad game gen? I know after this Halloween you plan to something... recreate a game that never existed. Yes. Most likely at the current rate of things, I will do one I will probably say it'll either be March, like it'll either be midway through this month and be like, this is the midway month thing. Like if you can participate in that and like release it next month and you have a month to complete it. Or give you all just 2 weeks and be like, rewrite this game because you already have a pitch. It'll be relatively soon, then. Relatively speaking. It's been a little bit hectic these past few days. This entire month has been hectic, to be honest. But yeah, no, that's the plan. See, the beautiful thing is, what I have to do is, after this... I am going to make the title card. I have to redo the video. Not redo the video, but I just have to redo the audio. I think I know what song I need to replace it with. Then I'm going to make this thing for tomorrow, which you know what? I'm going to check right this second, everybody. Let's check right now. Are we unfortunate enough, everybody? It's a comedy moment, everybody. It's a fucking comedy moment. Every time. It's great. I don't know who's doing it, but hey, my job's easier. I don't gotta do it this month even. Yeah! It's a terrible fucking thread, though. This is a terrible opening, you gibbon. Yeah, I don't really know, like... You gibbons. You absolute baboons. No, I think it's just like, I just want to make the thread faster, and he's not making it on the day he says. He's not making it on the day he said he was going to make it, therefore I am sad. I think that's legitimately what it is. I mean, it's like, here's the thing. It's doing the dream that I had, that people would just make them more consistently, and they would do it themselves. So I don't have to. However, I would like to do them because I like them. I like being part of the homebrew thread. I might make something quick, probably nothing too extreme. If only just because to be like, I don't know if that thread's going to live. It's on page 6 for God's sakes, unless it gets like endlessly bumped. But hey, I have succeeded. That's all that matters, that I have succeeded. I have found my peace. And because I have found my peace, all is good in the world. All is, as they say, good in the hood. Handling of possession. If the monster in your scenario is a possession type, if oddity in your scenario is possession type, then choice of possession target, possession method, mutation during guideline for action, how to release the possession. PL cannot use the resonator due to the possession. Please inform the PL of this as far in advance as possible. pretty simple stuff. We want to do the first one. It's going to be like right here. We're going to insert a footnote here. Choice of possession of targets. Put a footnote here. We want to. This is the beautiful thing about Emo-Klore as well, is that they have a bunch of these stupid fucking things. I have no idea why they have all these goddamn fucking footnotes, but they have so many stupid fucking footnotes. And I'm like, oh, I'm being helpful. It's like, I know you're being helpful. I know, guys, you're so helpful. Just stop it. Just stop right this second. Stop it. Get some help. Doesn't help that it's also emojis. Oddity, those with high resonance, all of them. Oh. Yeah, because that's officially, that's actually how the game is written. That's actually how you write out all your stats, is via emojis. Because I guess we live in a comedy mode. We live in a comedy, and the only answer is sadness. Let's. Actually, wait. I think that would be 3 because this would be heading 1, so this would be heading. So if we do. Be mindful of emotional continuum. The monsters affect people's oddities, affect people's emotions. You can sort of feelings and instill new emotions and change the emotional essence of the story. Stressful risk for the players. When it's sympathetic, when a resonator player is suddenly given an emotion he or she is not intended to have, or when the original emotion is distorted into an unwanted form, may feel confused and evasive. Emo-Klore TRPG. Emo-Klore TRPG is a game that incorporates such emotional changes into the story to begin with. Does that not always mean it should be forced upon the players at the expense of their satisfaction and enjoyment? Are they enjoying the emotional changes? Is it stressful? We hope the DLs will take this into account when creating scenarios and conducting sessions. Pretty much the don't be a dick to your players. Like the very important, please don't be a dick to your players. Please don't. Like don't be a penis. Like don't be a dick. Okay? We all good here? We all good? All Gucci? There we go. Don't be a dick. SMT. Oh God, you were in the SM. See, I would kill for fucking the Japanese SMT games. I would kill for it. It'd be great. Miyuki Kingdom has been. See, the weird thing with Miyuki Kingdom is that it got a series of fucking light novels published through Yen Press. That's weird. That kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, Yen Press, what are you doing? Yen Press. Stellar Knights Vision. Yeah, there's a few games out there that I would like to go over. And hey, all I'm saying is here, Alondar, is if you ever got one of those games coming out there and you got a good PDF, send them my way. I'll go over them. But yeah, no, there's a reason I call this a DUWANG. I DUWANG these because these are very much blind idiot translation. I'm not fluent in Japanese. I barely understand Japanese. I use the magic internet box to make things work, and I interpret the data as I see it. And sometimes I get good information, other times the magic internet machine lies to me. Wait, this is reverberations. These are the way you get out. Ha ha ha. These are reverberations. We're doing it, everybody. We're reverberating. Hey kids, you want to reverberate with me? Like, this sounds, like, weird. I can't put my finger on why it sounds weird, but reverberations. So that's why they weren't talking about them as anything serious. Because they aren't serious. That's the thing. They aren't. They are session clear war. Is a session clear war for Emo-Klore. I don't know why it keeps trying to collect it to this, but Emo-Klore TRPG. Sympathize if the resonators return alive. If a resonator returns alive without death or deviation, the resonator will receive a reverberation as a clear reward. The reverberation is kind of a remnant or fragment of the resonance that was received during the story. Even if the oddity is gone, the case is solved. Their influence does not disappear completely. The world in the form of feeling left behind by those experienced it, the magical powers of the oddity. The infinite reverberation is a history or trophy of the scenario, also recorded experience, memories, and feelings gained by the resonator. Or resonate. You want to resonate with me? I want to resonate with you. Resonate with me. If the resonator doesn't fucking die, they are allowed to continue. They survive. Thanks, game. Big help. Big help. We do this. Insert table. By 1. I'm not responding to anything. Sorry, I'm in the zone. The danger zone. Before I'm in the zone, I can't really think of anything else. I'm the bastard. I'm a bastard. Doesn't spend time setting up PDFs. I more or less have skill to do that. I only do play online games, so it's more convenient to focus on Excel character sheets and VTT macros. I know that much. I know some people just like having a thing to actually be able to reference. To a lot of people, that's very nice. That's actually why I went out of my way to PDF Crisis Heroine. Yes, I actually made a PDF of Crisis Heroine. It's not really super publicly available, but it was ever since the GitHub for it died, and the website's been kind of funky. I was like, you know what? I'm going to PDF everything, so I have it available. It's mine now. I think the thing with PDF that's very nice is that it's very widely available. And like as long as you have a PDF, as long as you have that data, you can freely give it to other people. That's what I did with like the Muv-Love one. And like, hey, you want to have the Muv-Love PDF of my DUWANG of Muv-Love? Like, you totally can. Which I really fucking need to do the expansion books for Muv-Love. I have both of them. I know how to do. It's going to be a bitch to do, but I can do it. Because there's just a lot of Muv-Love after the first book, to be honest. Because for some unholy reason, they decided to split everything up into 2 books and made them both scary. Acquisition of Infinite Reverberation. Because I've learned that Muv-Love is a cursed franchise. Like that's the funny thing. Like, anyone who says otherwise is wrong. Like, it's just a cursed franchise. And it's like, oh hey, what are we doing with it? No, just it's fucked. You're just sorry. Like you're like, because anything Muv-Luv touches somehow either breaks apart dramatically or just fails miserably, except the original VNs. That's the only thing that did not break. I swear it is a curse. There's an ancient witch somewhere that is cursed. Somewhere in Age's department, somebody has been cursed by a witch. Because anything Muv-Luv touches now is just sadness. But I did learn a lot about that. I learned a lot about the power of friendship and through Muv-Luv. I learned that you shouldn't do things for women, however. They will not appreciate you. They will not appreciate you for your hard work and effort. They will simply say thank you, and I will feel sad. I didn't simp. I was the simp. And it was very sad on my part. He says doing a game for a VTuber that is no longer around. Very sad. See, I don't even do the books. Like, it's like this. Like, you gotta remember that. Like, I just do it like a Google Doc. Like, here it is. Muv-Luv is the name of the ancient Chinese god of calamity. It was revealed to me in a dream. Man, I would love to actually like try to do some typesetting and actual like cleaning and stuff. It wouldn't be too difficult to do, but when a friend of mine tried to explain to me the plot of Muv-Luv. See, the basic idea, like, here's the thing with Muv-Luv. I can explain the plot of Muv-Luv very simply. There's a boy. He's very normal. He lives through one timeline very normally. Oh no, something happens. He's actually a time traveler, but also a dimensional traveler nightmare creature. He goes to another timeline. He fucks up. Humanity dies. Oh no, but more horny and less pretentious. Far more horny. However, oh no, he's fucked up repeatedly. Life is sad. He goes back a second time, hence alternative. And he goes through the entire events trying his best to save everybody. He fails. However, during this time, he manages to understand he is the problem. And then dematerialize, pretty much de-dimensions himself to stop Beta. However, during this timeline, he unfortunately condemns himself to death to protect the woman he loves, which is one of many girls that you can end the game with, which it should be Chizuru. You may be wondering, wow, that makes no fucking sense. And the answer is, you're right, it does make no fucking sense. It just works. Just picture Todd Howard just making the arm motion. That's Muv-Luv. It just works. The game, however, doesn't. And I say that in the nicest way possible. The issue with the game is like the actual like start book, like this is the starting book. Like you need to play that, you need to learn this before you can play any of the rest of the game. Is so horrifically boring. It's just like oh wow, that's it, awesome, that's all we need. This just like I've seen like really like I would say like really light Japanese game. Looking at you fucking Jesus. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta translate the fucking character sheet. Like the thing with it is that it is so light, but they're like, oh well, in the expansion book we'll add more. And they do add more, except it's like, it's kind of like a rotten core situation where it's like, if the base thing isn't very fun, is anything else related to it going to be actually fun? Or is it just like, it's the, oh, it gets better after like 150 hours argument, being like, I bet it does get better after 150 hours. However, do I want to play it that long? I always hate that argument. Like, oh, it's so much fun after you dump 300 hours or something into it. I'm like, that's not how any of this works. Like, I don't believe you. Oh man, this MMO is great. You just have to, grind for hours on it to, see any remote progress. I'm like, I'm feeling a no from me there, Chief. I'm not vibing. I am not resonating with this information. This really isn't this really isn't gaming with me. I've had people pull that on me before, repeatedly, being like, "Oh man, this MMO is great. You just gotta play for like 60 hours." I'm like, ugh. Oh, so cool. I sure do love this. This is super fun. Run. But yeah, just anytime you ever see anybody being like, "Oh, it gets so much better after, you just need to download all these expansion books, or you just need to do all these things," the person is lying to you. Person is just outright lying to you. That's why I never believe anybody from Morkborg. Like, anytime someone talks about Morkborg, it will almost always be, well, the game's super fun if you use a bunch of these third-party expansions. I'm like, that's not like as like a win as you think it is. Like, it's like, that's just, no, like, that's not how this works. And people still think it's like super like, oh, this is totally valid, a valid argument to make in favor of something. Like, it's not. It's really not, guys. Noise gate, immediately reduce reverberation, led by 1d3 points. The reverberation of the former resonance repels, neutralizing. Former residents repel now is invade. Is now evaded the resonator. In fact, is used even resonators reached resonance level 10 or higher. If the resulting level 5 is below 9 below, the deviance will be removed. So this is like the only way to actually stop going, and I do mean this not lightly. Do not mean this lightly. Going gamer mode and actually like losing, which is like, yeah, if you want to save your sanity, you have to have completed a full thing before. That's a way of doing things. We want to do that. Quick start. Wow, cool, guys. We made it here. We're doing it, gamers. We are really gaming. Amazing. I knew there was mech stuff, but I was only familiar with the slice of life parts. Like, as one person did actually inform me, which was very nice. But I believe it's Muvlove, not other Muvlove. I want to Google this because I'm curious. Muvlove Part 1. Extra, yeah, Muvlove Extra. Like, you gotta remember, part 1 of Muvlove is the slice of life stuff. That's like 30-40 hours, mind you, of like, because you have to beat everything there. That's a full visual novel by itself. Like, you gotta beat every part there, and then that's like, oh, well, you gotta do all that, then you're allowed. And I think if you do a certain route, you pretty much unlock it, if you do all the main routes. But if you don't, like, the secondary routes you don't need to complete them. But if you do that, you unlock Unlimited. And if you perform Unlimited, that's where things go like giant robots shoot aliens bit. But the thing is, and what they explain, and it made a lot of sense to me when they explained this, is you need to complete Extra. You need to understand Extra to get in the mindset of the main character and all his friends. These are your friends. These are people you care about explicitly. And if you don't have that initial one, it's hard for you to be like, hey, I've traveled to another reality where all my friends, where we've all been drafted into the military and we are all broken. Like, we are fucked. Like, oh no. Something I find interesting about the OSR community is that pretty much all of them, like modifying and combining OSR games to get rule sets they actually use. Orkborg is the extreme of this, where it's just a bunch of random tables. Like, that's one thing about OSR. I will always have a little bit of a. I won't bash. Here's the thing: I will never bash OSR. I can't bash OSR. You know what? You like that? I will not blame you. I will not blame you in any situation. You do you. My big thing though is that, like, there's this very bad tendency for OSR games to continuously try, I wouldn't say recycle the same ideas, but it's like you can't deviate too far. And that's why I think where like the new SR stuff really came into being, where it was like it was like such a radical shift. Like, we are now taking OSR in a completely different direction. That's why I think we have like I would say like the 3 major camps of OSR now, which are like strictly like the OSR guys, who are the old school. Like, these are pretty much just someone's hack of, like, this is just someone's hack of, you know, AD&D 2nd edition. That's all it is. And cool, you know, that's interesting. Like, that's their own, like, they've just taken this and they've modified it to their point. Now, then you have the, like, I would say like the, I wouldn't call them the new OSR, but I would call them the, you know, the, what we traditionally kind of associate with OSR is things like Lamentations and things like that, which are clearly doing their own thing, but like very leaning on that old school design. And then we have a new SR, which are things like Morkborg, Mothership, and a couple of these games, which are only tangentially related to OSR. It's a OSR in theme and mechanic, OSR in mechanics, OSR in a name. Like, those are, like, I would say the big ones. Let's see, I kind of hope the 5e cottage industry is going to go the way of, way now that the SRD is CC. Hope that 5e goes entirely outside of Wizards of the Coast's control, as D&D comes out with a worse license. See, the thing in CC, and I should muse about this a little bit. It's the thing of going in Creative Commons was such a weird decision for 2 reasons, but also a genius decision. The thing is, if you really pay attention to what they put out, they didn't put out that much. All they did was put out the rulebook, effectively. They put out a curated version of the rulebook as well. If you are a person and you use a variant human, and you write down a variant human in your CC product, they can go after you now. You aren't using the OGL properly, and they will backhand your ass. It's like, well, it's CC. No, it's not. The variant human is not in CC. Oh, well, I want to play an artificer. You gotta put the OGL in there, aren't you? I mean, but I don't want to put the... You're gonna put the OG fucking L, though. Like, I think that's gonna be the funny thing. And when the D&D 1 shop, effectively when they open their own VTT and all that bullshit, what's going to happen is that they're going to be like, your book must be OGL compliant. It's like, well, I'm using everything from the Creative Commons and this. And be like, oh, it's not OGL compliant then. What do you mean it's not OGL compliant? Well, we need this, that you need to use an OGL thing. Yeah. Yeah, the most important thing they did was release the right to say 5e compatible. That was really, yeah. Well, that's the powerful thing. Because here's the thing. I want you to picture this, McDrewsalt. I want you to really close your eyes. I want everybody to close their eyes for a second. And when I say, this is 5e compatible. Like, let's say it, just say it. This is 5e compatible. Really think about that for a moment. What am I talking about? What am I really talking about? And you're like, oh, well, 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. No, I was talking about VTM 5th edition. What? I was talking about Pendragon 5th edition. They have miraculously fucked over so many people in their 5th edition. It's great. Just because it's like one of those things like, hey, by virtue of being 5th edition compatible, you've completely perverted the term to a point where it's like nobody can do anything with it anymore. It's great. Yeah, that was my thing. Like, even though the fact like drow aren't in the book, yeah, you can't play drow. But like, oh, you can't. It was like there's no drow. There's a halfling sub. Like all the races got a sub race removed. That was a big thing. None of the other things are in Creative Commons though. It's only those ones. We're like, well, I got my own race. Being like, but here's the thing. You know what the if you actually look, it was like the one that they released it under. It was like CC 4.0. Yeah, but not their drow. That's the thing. Like, I believe like if we do the 5E CC Creative Commons. Yeah, unless you use the word law, but that's the problem. Like that's the very amusing thing, is that when people use drow, they're going to accidentally put things in there and be like, oh, well, you're fucked. Like, oopsie doopsie. Someone made a boo-boo. Like, this is the license they're using, Attribution International. So you just have to give appropriate credit. No restriction. That's very fascinating. Have the official settings though. Exactly. Like, share, yeah, they can share, redistribute in any medium or format. That's a silly one. Adapt, remix, transform, build upon material. Interesting. They, yeah. So this is the license they're using. It's very open. You just have to technically attribute them. I thought they were going to do share alike. That's actually fat. I thought it was share alike. But yeah, no, it's hopefully if it wins. Hopefully everybody is happy. I have zero faith in I have zero faith in humanity. That is an important fact of life. I have zero faith in humanity that they will do anything correct. I do genuinely believe that Wizards planned this. I think somebody at Hasbro and their fucking PR department was like, this is the best move we could physically make. And we are going to do something to fuck everybody's day up. You know, mad cackling. New TRPGs, or just want to quickly play quickly and quickly. Start playing quickly. We'll do it. With quick start, all steps to all the determinability onwards are omitted. Decisions are based on base skills and residents only. Please proceed to this session omitting, simplifying all rules, use unprepared data such as emotion. Like, the quick start rules are like, just ignore 95% of what we were talking about. Like, I actually think a lot of people are playing by the quick start rules, like, honest to God, because this is the way that they have been. It's like, yeah, you barely gotta fucking play the game. Like, this isn't the game really at this point. This is a quick start version. Okay. Looking at this, mind you, we are 99 pages in. This is a massive fucking book, by the way. It's a big chunky boy. And if I hit this button right here, this should bring us over to 100. Yep, that we are at exactly 100 pages of this fucking game. So it's like, cool, this should be it, right? Well, not quite. Here's the thing that gets a little bit confusing, a little bit nasty, a little bit problematic, you could say. Is I have two options. There are two things we still need to technically translate. One is this. These are the, like, I believe there's like 80, like 90 some cards. These are all howling cards. They're like this. I don't really want to translate the fucking howling cards though. Because the vast majority of them are shit like this. Like, it's always feel the presence of acquaintance wherever wherever they are. This is what a vast majority of them are. They're supposed to be things to replace the howling presence system. Yeah, but yeah, 60 doesn't have a CC license and they're fucked. Well, yeah, they're not going to put it under a CC license again. God, no. Because the thing is, you got to remember like this. They've put Dungeons and Dragons into the Creative Commons now. Anyone can use it. I can take Dungeons and Dragons thing and I can just make my own D&D. I am free to create my own Dungeons and Dragons because it's fucking Creative Commons. Like, I don't think they quite understand the gravitas of doing that. I am allowed to do whatever the hell I want with it. Now, this is where things get a little bit more interesting, a little bit more funky wonky. Is that they can't really monetize it anymore either. They're banking on it being a lifestyle brand that people are going to invest in one D&D to make it just the better D&D. And if they're successful, they might pull it off. They honestly might. Yeah, technically anyone can make a vampire named Strahd, as long as his backfire is different, as backstory is different. Yeah, and he can't be from Ravenloft either. It's the issue with that is like technically I could always make a vampire named Strahd. And yeah, but yeah, that's kind of the issue. Be like, yeah, here's my beholder. They've got 3 eyes and they are walking around, but they're called beholders. It's like, see, I'm more disappointed that everybody just kind of forgave Wizards after it. And everyone was like, oh, okay, we're fine now. I'm like, no, please don't do this to me. Don't, what do you do? No! Yeah, this is the Kaiju-nomicon, effectively. This is the... People are still mauled. I've noticed some people have, like, outright being like, oh, well, it's fine now. There are so many fucking people who've done that. Like, I'm like, okay, it's over now. Like, how bad does this translate? Let's play a game. If we were just to throw it in here, how... If we just throw it in here, this is what a vast majority of them would be. So, I mean, I guess I could literally just do this and just legitimately just throw them in here. Like, this is a very rough translation. I'm not fixing any of these. These are all just annoying. Like, this is just what you're getting. Just to have it more than anything. But, like, the core rules are done. Like, the actual, like, core meat of Emo-Klore is done. Can you play the Emo-Klore now? Yes, you can play the Emo-Klore now. How many footnotes did we end off with? Let's play a game, everybody. How many footnotes did we end off with? We ended off with 199 footnotes. I've seen a lot of people saying they're going to keep playing D&D but never support Wizards of the Coast again. Like, I don't think people quite understand. By playing D&D, you are supporting Wizards of the Coast. Like, that's the thing. Like, you just are. It's like, oh, well, I'm not supporting Wizards of the Coast anymore. I just subscribed to D&D 5e, buy everything from the DM's Guild. It's like, oh, shut up. You performative bastards. Shut up. But, getting back on topic a lot, generally speaking, we are done with Emo-Klore. We've done it, everybody. We've truly Emo-Klored our way out of this issue. I'm feeling pretty good. Generally speaking, like, a lot of the rest of this stuff is like, this is for CC Folia, this is like a dice bot, this is just characters. If we kind of go here, you kind of like, technically I can't access the character sheets. I don't have the IDs prepared. Unless I like sign in. I guess I could sign in. Let's play a game, everybody. I need to register. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna register an account. I want to authorize the Emo-Klore RPG to have access to my Twitter account. All right. I trust you, Emo-Klore RPG. It's not like you wouldn't betray me. Okay, I've now successfully signed into the Emo-Klore RPG site. Let's create a new character sheet by clicking the new button in the upper right-hand corner. I want to create a new character. Oh, Lord Almighty, they don't have a character sheet, do they? Oh no. Oh no, they don't have a character sheet. Oh no. They don't have a character sheet. Oh no. Public setting. Public can view your character. Only the character creator can edit. Oh no. Oh, I wonder if I save this, what? Oh no, I didn't. Oh no. Oh no, I don't. Oh goodness, that's not good. What happens if I click this? This is DiceBot. I don't need DiceBot. If I go to settings, I want to set it to private. I set it to my own private Idaho. Yeah, so oh Jesus. See, here's the thing is I think I have to actually make a character sheet for this now. See, that's the beautiful thing. I think I have to literally make a character sheet for it. Oh man, that's awesome. I sure do love making character sheets. Fuck. Fuck. Surely they have a for-print copy. I'm assuming they have one. I am praying they have a for-print copy. Because, like, they have the mail. Like, this is their mail. And they have, like, their Twitter. Like, here's their Twitter. Like, here they are. Like, we all like them. You know, pat, dice to us. That's literally what their title is. Dice to us. I mean, what's this? Download the scenario. Okay, maybe if I download the scenario. That's Katsuragi Station, isn't it? Yeah, new agreement, Katsuragi Station. So that's this. I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, turning over the middle of the night. One is unable to sleep. What if okay, I can download Scenario 4 zip. Okay, everyone, let's download Scenario 4 zip. If I go here, I want to go to my Emo-Klore folder. Let's open up my Emo-Klore folder. Cards. I have all these card PNGs. So okay, good start. Good start. I mean, is this the scenario? Like, this is the full scenario book. They don't have any character sheets, do they? They have no character sheets. Fucking. Wait, this is it. This has to be it. This has to be it. No, that's the logo. This is the character sheet. Howling card. No, this has to be the character sheet. Diced is common. No, that's not it. Where's the character sheet? Where's the character sheet? You are... Please, you have to have a character sheet. You aren't doing this to me. No. There's got to be something, right? Character sheets right at the end. Oh my God, they don't have a character sheet. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. No. Here, new plan. Yeah, you know, new plan, everybody. Big think times with Notepad add-on. Do not doubt my heroic nature, my heroic resolve. You don't have a I guess this is the way. So here's what we're gonna do. What if I hit print? Microsoft Print to PDF. What's going to happen? Okay, you're going to try to print legitimately this entire website. Okay. Okay, I can make this work. Alright. Alright, if I just print the entire website, there's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way to download a character sheet or something, right? Like, there has to be. They wouldn't deceive me like this, right? I would not be fooled. I'm good. Oh no. Additional information can be added to basic information. Like, no. No. They don't have it. They don't have it, do they? Oh no. Basic information. Oh no. Like, okay, so let's actually, like, let's be conservative. Let's think. Name, so if we want to do this, let's be... Let's just type in the word Jack. Okay, it's clearly working here. Like, okay, so if I hit this, like, it's just saving it. That's just saving the dice commands. Oh, they really don't have it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to, like... I mean, this is where you would get a character sheet. Like, they don't have a 4-print character sheet. I don't think they do. No, they don't have one. I don't believe they have one. Official character sheet creation tool. No. They just have the character sheet creation tool. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, damn. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. Okay, alrighty then. Okie dokie. Alright, gamers, I'm gonna call it here for today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna head out. I gotta do some stuff for tonight. I'm gonna die a little on just die a little on the inside here as I try to debate whether or not I can find a character sheet for this thing. There's gotta be a 4-print character sheet. There has to be. I don't know where to find it, but it's out there. I refuse to believe that it isn't out there, because if it isn't out there, fuck. Alright,